from our studios on the plains of Gorgoroth, this is Interview Impossible with Howard Howard.
Isengard lies in ruins, Osgiliath is overrun, and the armies of Mordor lay siege to the Gondorian capital of Minas Tirith. As the war for Middle-earth rages, we bring you this exclusive frontline interview with an individual who's bravely decided to blow the whistle on the zaniest crazy train that ever went off the rails. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. The creature Gollum has the inside scoop on the whereabouts of the One Ring. That's right, the ruling ring. Isildur's Bane, source of Sauron's power, once lost to myth and legend, now key to ending the war. Gollum, welcome to the program.
It's a dream come true, Howard.
Before we dive into current events, let's give our viewers a little context. You found the ring one afternoon while fishing?
Sure, we found it, just sitting there at the bottom of the river with the roxes and the fishes. So we slips it on, and stupid fat Deagle got what was coming to him. Anyway, so we finds the precious and we slips it on, and do you know what? We becomes invisible.
Invisible. Remarkable. Simply remarkable. And how did you make use of your newfound powers? Not peering into ladies' dressing rooms, I hope.
Oh, no, wouldn't look under skirts. Not proper, not right.
But despite the fun and games, eventually the ring, or the precious as you call it, became, how shall we put this, something of an obsession for you.
My precious.
Yes, evidently.
Took it to our secret place, we did, full of wet, wriggling fishes and ripe goblin flesh.
And that's where you encountered famed adventurer Bilbo Baggins.
Ah, yes, lovely Bilbo, lovely, sweet Bilbo.
Lovely? Sweet? Didn't he abscond with the ring? Didn't he steal your precious?
Oh, no, we gave it to him for safekeepings. Bilbo promised to look after the precious for us. Very kind, very generous.
Are you sure about that, Gollum? A representative for Mr. Baggins told us that you tried to eat him and would have done so if he hadn't outwitted you in a game of riddles and escaped.
Eat him? No. We sticks to fishes and goblins. Hobbits is our friends. That's why we're trying to find Master.
I'm sure it is. Now, by your own estimation, you'd been living in that particular mountain cave for approximately 500 years, give or take a few decades, before venturing out to find Bilbo and retrieve your property. But this brings us to the rather inconvenient truth that the ring was never yours to begin with.
Finders as keepers as.
Yes, but the Dark Lord Sauron, formerly in disguise as the Necromancer, forged the One Ring to control Middle-earth. Only he can wield it.
Stupid fat Sauron, sitting up in that filthy tower with his nasty, flamy eye. Didn't his mother ever tell him it's not polite to stare?
Well, quite. Yet Sauron's power was too strong. He drew you to Mordor and away from your quest to retrieve the ring from Bilbo. Is it true you were tortured for information?
Believe it or not, Howard, Sauron isn't exactly a strict observer of the Geneva Convention.
I'm terribly sorry to hear that, Gollum. It's just not right. Have you considered taking legal action against Sauron and his minions?
Do I look like I can drop $7.50 an hour on some Ivy League attorney? I'm wearing a loincloth, for God's sake.
And you really pull it off.
Well, thanks. I guess the Pilates is working.
I guess it is. Now, this brings us to the major revelation of tonight's program. Gollum, you claim that the ring was secretly moved to the elven city of Rivendell, where it was taken up by a party of ring-bearers, including an elf, a dwarf, a wizard, and 4 hobbits, who made a pact to destroy the object in the fires of Mount Doom. You then picked up their trail in the mines of Moria, and eventually the party was reduced to only 2 hobbits. Bombshell breaking news tonight, simply astonishing. Gollum, what is your perspective on these developing events?
Mr. Frodo's had a very hard time, poor thing. That's why we want to find him and help him.
Are you sure you don't want to claim the ring from him and slip back underground for the next 500 years to enjoy your precious in peace and quiet?
Certainly not. Also, I've joined a Dungeons & Dragons group, and we're super stoked about our campaign right now. Can't play D&D with friends if Sauron gets the precious now, can we?
No, we certainly can't. Now, Gollum, you claim that just a few days ago, the 2 remaining ring-bearing hobbits were attacked by a gigantic spider, affectionately known as Shelob by local arachnophiles, from which you only escaped by the skin of your few remaining teeth.
Tumbled down a shaft, we did. Yes, thank goodness.
Are you sure you had nothing to do with the spider attack?
Me? I'm simply terrified of spiders.
Come on now, give it to us straight.
We told you everything. We want our payment.
You'll get your payment, Gollum. Just a few more questions.
We want it now. Have to get to the precious. I mean, have to help Master.
Our sources in Sauron's ranks say that a hobbit, conjectured to be Bilbo Baggins' nephew, Frodo, currently lies in temporary stasis from a spider's venom and is being held not far from here at the Tower of Sidith Ungol. Is that where you're headed next?
To Sidith Ungol, yes. Very nice this time of year, by the way.
Yes, I hear the poison rain only falls once a week. Now, Gollum, when and if you do find Frodo, do you promise to let him destroy the ring and prevent evil from sweeping across Middle-earth?
Oh, yes, we promises. Cross our hearts and hope to die. Stick a pin in Sauron's eye.
Catchy tune, but somehow I don't believe you.
We want our payment.
Oh, very well then.
Now we wish to catch a fish so juicy sweet.
Well, folks, that's all for tonight's episode of Interview Impossible with me, your host, Howard Howard. Our guest has been centuries-old creature Gollum, warped and twisted by the One Ring, and now on a collision course with fate as he attempts to locate the remaining ring-bearing hobbits and claims Sauron's malevolent jewelry for himself. Good night, we'll see you next week.